Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Puppets. Today joined by
Brett
of Anomyces, drinking some more awesome barrel-aged stout from America. This is a collab between two amazing brewers. This is a collab between WeldWerks and Moksa. WeldWerks in Colorado, Moksa in California, making some of the best barrel-aged beers in the US at the moment. Just amazing stuff. We had quite a few variants of both breweries' beers on NBCC, and they were some of the best at the festival.
Yeah.
Beautiful beers. So in 2019 for CBC, and that's not the festival in Copenhagen, that's the Craft Brewers Conference, they got together for making a collab. They call themselves soulmates on the label here because they have a big passion for bourbon and bourbon barrels and bourbon barrel aging beer. So they made a recipe just for barrel aging that they released, I think it was early this year, right? It wasn't last year.
Yeah, I think it was early this year.
Yes,
Very early.
which was aged for 21 months in a diverse blend of different types of bourbon barrels that were 5 to 10 years of age. And the result is this bad boy here called Symphonize. We don't know the ABV because WeldWerks doesn't all the time state the ABV. I think it's something to do with Colorado laws, but I think usually the medianoche style stouts are around 14%. So maybe it's that territory.
Yeah.
You know, Moksa, it's not all the time they're that strong, but you know, it's probably around at least 12%.
I'd guess at least about 13.
Yeah, because they're usually quite big rich beers.
Yeah.
So. But I am stoked on this beer.
Yep.
Pure, great stout and great barrels is more or less getting
it's a blend of
you know,
several barrels.
Yeah, and that is more or less just becoming the thing I kind of want to drink for barrel aged beer. I love the playing with adjuncts too, and you know we give crazy high grades to those kind of beers, but I just love the expression of great stout in barrel. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as we're getting used to with WeldWerks, this is pitch black.
Heck. And pitch black.
Yeah.
It is so oily.
Yeah. It looks like a shiny motor oil.
It does.
With all the beers.
And a very compact, like really dark mocha colored head.
At least
like
on yours, but
really
not on mine, I don't know why. But mine is just, it has some...
Maybe there's a little bit of... You didn't rinse your glass under a tap, you rinsed it with the water. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It looks nice nonetheless.
It smells like chocolate fudge from here.
It smells like brownie batter. Let's check out the aroma.
Oh,
wow.
Goodness gracious.
It's like dark chocolate brownie batter with loads of fudgy bourbon. There is... I think there is...
tobacco and licorice.
There is the medianoche depth, but a touch lighter. Like, it's not as crazy dense as some...
No, it's not as, like, really charry, deep, like super duper bold. It's a bit more like fudgy and...
So much chocolate. Now I'm also getting, like, not milk chocolate, but a lighter chocolate. But there's something like 80%, 90% dark chocolate. Brownie batter, where it's, like, dark chocolate.
And also, like...
huge jar, as you said, tobacco. There is, like...
Some spice elements.
Yes, yeah. Definitely. Some charry, heavily... Almost like burnt cinnamon or something. It's like a... Almost burnt or autumnal spice.
I definitely see
roasty char, super oily, rich umami, rich molasses.
Brown sugar.
Yeah. It has that chocolate-covered espresso bean. I'm getting loads of raisin, too, actually.
Yeah, but like a really dense kind of... Yeah.
They say candied almonds. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Caramel chews. Yeah, there's caramel galore.
Yeah, there's definitely almond.
Toasted marshmallow. Yeah, that's actually a good tasting note because the vanilla from the barrel is, and the heavy toast is slightly marshmallow.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell like sugary at all.
No.
It's more like that marshmallow. It's weird, like or vanilla fluff kind of thing, rather than like it doesn't. Yeah, again, it doesn't smell sugary in any way.
It also smells like it might have had a decent amount of hops to it. I think there's almost like a. It sounds super weird, but there's almost like a. Something like floral to it or something like that. It reminds me of hops.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But maybe, okay, now I'm not getting it at all. There's also even the slightest hint of that like umami, almost soy sauce thing that you can get sometimes.
Yeah, but
it's super light.
I think this is less on the umami and like licoricey vibes than
regular medianoche.
Yeah.
It's more on that like brownie batter fudge caramel dark chocolate.
Yeah, oily, but also a bit of like soft spice.
Yeah, it smells fantastic.
Yep.
Let's try it.
Cheers.
Fuck, that is crazy delicious.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that is like a medianoche base.
Yeah. It's very much like medianoche, but I think it's a little bit brighter. But that might also just be the barrels, but
yeah.
Fuck, that's delicious.
Yeah, because it's like a blend of several barrels, maybe.
Maybe. Or maybe it's a Moksa thing. I don't know. They said they made the recipe together, but it's very medianoche-like, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, like this 70-80% chocolate, but then a bit more fudgy and vanilla.
Yeah, more fudge, like fudgy caramel. Caramelized red apple is a bit there, too. That could even be the barrel. That autumnal
and that
spice.
raisin thing you talked about.
But that toasty cinnamon thing is totally there, too, for me. Like, it's almost like a burnt cinnamon.
Yeah.
There is, like, an autumnal spice from bourbon sometimes, and I get that. Toasty marshmallow, espresso covered, like our chocolate covered espresso bean, dark chocolate cover, which seems like one of the things with almost all variants of beers that are stouts or medianoches or whatever from WeldWerks, they have that chocolate covered espresso bean where it's like really dark chocolate.
Yeah.
The brownie batter vibe is there too, but it has a huge coffee profile too, like huge roasty coffee. And it's not like, I think Side Project's blended stouts are more like crazy brownie batter chocolate fudge. This has much more umami robustness.
Yeah. And this is almost like burnt like hazelnuts and toasted hazelnuts and like pipe tobacco and
Fuck, that is good. I mean,
and like just with this one, it's like a whiff of licorice.
Yeah,
it's not like super prominent.
No,
it's
but
more that, as you say, like
and it's
chocolate covered espresso beans.
Yeah. But the licorice for me is savory. It's like almost salmiakki as we call salmiak as we say in Danish, which is like a salted licorice. And I think, because of the umami and the licorice type flavor, that's why I associate it with that. But like these guys both the breweries are making some of the best barrel-aged beer in the States, I think, judging by a lot of the hype we've had over the last, like we just went from not going as crazy about hype into full force with crazy hype, starting last year. And we've always been on hype trains, but not as much as we've been late. So now we're quite in tune with what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I think like Side Project is of course some of the best. But Side Project trades so high, and you can easily get it if you want to spend the money. But this is so much more affordable. But it's pretty much just as good. Like it's not a Hunnett's beer for me, but it's fucking close to that territory.
Yeah, it's so close to that Side Project.
You don't have to drop
or chop. I think it's as good as some of
Toppling. Yeah.
We haven't had all of Toppling.
No. We've mainly had assassin variants, but
but it's on that level at least.
Like this is the level. If I were ever to do a barrel-aged stout where I'd sit and like, okay, I'm totally satisfied with that. This would be the kind of beer.
Yeah.
Like, because there's nothing in this I want to change. Like there's nothing where I sit and think I would love that I didn't use as much bittering hops, or I'd love if I didn't use as much roasted malt or chocolate malt, or like it's so cohesive.
I think it's a preference thing. Like, do you want a bit more fudge from the barrels?
Yeah. I think so.
Do you want a bit more char? Do you want like a bit more like a spicy character?
Good.
What like it's just.
Oops.
I think maybe some would prefer maybe a bit more like a vanilla fudgy caramelly character.
Yeah.
Too, because the base can handle it, but that's a great privilege to have.
yeah, but this kind of beer with a base stout that actually tastes like a stout.
It tastes like a fucking stout.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's like a great stout that has so much complexity, but then with also loads of barrel complexity.
Yeah.
At the same time,
and it's not sweet pastry beer.
Not at all.
This is stout, and it's crazy.
But it's
stout.
modern because it's so rich and so
decadent.
Yeah. And I definitely see why this would scare off some really we talked about people drinking an 8%, 9% stout at a Christmas market being scared off because it's so dark, but have them drink this, let fucking run for the life.
I love this beer. Like this is almost the perfect beer. I think what would make it even more perfect was maybe an even better balance between heavy char and sweeter notes. And umami, but that might be the only thing. Like for me, I'm really considering 99 on this, to be honest. Like maybe a huge 98,
But I feel like it's getting
It's
a bit
like-
more fudgy the more you taste it.
I'm loving it the more I'm drinking it.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
it's one of the best beers I've had from WeldWerks this year,
yeah,
and Moksa too.
yeah. Because you know it has that modern like
It's basically the first sip when you
Character,
take
but
one now
yeah.
up front. It's like super modern, super bright, super vanilla, caramel,
the
fudge,
fudgy and then
slightly honey,
Yeah.
caramelized honey.
yeah, exactly.
I think
Sticky vanilla-esque, yeah, almost like marshmallow, but not sugary.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe with that vanilla character, but yeah,
I think 99 might
yeah.
be
I was thinking 98, but it is
small 99.
It's
As I said, high 98, small 90. It's around that territory. Like I just, again, it's a beer I'm drinking right now. I have a hard time saying what I would want to change. It's
Yeah.
basically small nitpicking.
yeah, yeah. It is. It's hard. Yeah,
People-
it's like as you say, it's nitpicking, and it is like a matter of small preferences and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like
If it,
yeah.
a matter of rating subjectively, it is probably that 98, 99. It's subjective what you're into, like all these small things. But if you rate this as a barrel aged stout, it's 100. Style wise.
Yeah.
If
but
you
how
rate it
the-
as-
what the fuck would you do differently?
Yes. If you
Like,
rate this as in terms of style and you rate it as in terms of what a barrel aged stout can be and can do, it would pretty much be at 100. But if you nitpick between the variations in barrel aged stout, if they're sweeter, if they're whatever, that's where subjectivity comes
Yeah.
into play. Where it's like, it might not be 100, but I think it would be 100 for a lot of people. This beer for sure, and I think it's 100 for a lot of people that would grade in terms of styles or
Yeah.
give it just full remarks.
But I see like why something like BBT is maybe rated a bit higher is because it's a bit more like chocolate forward and maybe a bit more. Yeah,
It's even more new school than this.
yeah. It's a little bit more new school. This is it still has a bit more of that
But please
tobacco licorice.
But never change that.
No.
know.
No.
That's
That's the character
That
of
is
WeldWerks.
yes.
Yeah.
And also to some extent,
Yeah.
I guess Moksa is part of it because some of the singularities were a bit brighter than this, but they also had some umami richness and whatnot.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like Moksa style is not super duper pastry.
No,
Like,
no.
most of them aren't. They are sweet to an extent, but not crazy sweet.
Wow, starting the year off hard. But yeah, wow, that's amazing. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try Symphonize by WeldWerks and Moksa, let us know what you thought of it. This is just a beautiful beer that I hope more people will get to try. I don't know how much of it's around, but it's so easy to trade for, so do it.
Yeah,
Because
this is a no-brainer.
Sleeper.
Yeah.
Damn. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you get to enjoy some Symphonize. It's fantastic stuff. And if you had this, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about beer videos. And we're going to say cheers and some fucking dope barrel aged beer.
Yeah.
See you guys in another beer review.
Cheers.